Swinburne University of Technology.
That's the strategic pathway, isn't it? That you're trying to create a vision forward, and often you're on your own in having that vision.
I mean, sometimes I think it's strategic to say so. That look, you know, I'm not sure what we should do here. What does everyone think, really? So, in that sense, Michelle, absolutely. And I guess I think that really we're full of we all work in organisations where there is extraordinary potential that actually just isn't realised. And you know, for a number of years in a different role, I've worked where I did lots of leadership development work, and often would ask that question of a group. So, who in this room, you know, are you living to your potential at work, in your life? You know, say at work. And you know, rarely does anyone ever say yes. So, to me, I think a lot of the job of, you know, myself and my colleagues is really about finding ways to release the potential, to, you know, the extraordinary. I mean, people who are doing the work always know how to improve the work, but they often don't have the tools, or they don't have the sort of structures or the supports and stuff. So, you know, I think actually, you know, honestly, you know, saying, really, we're not sure what to do here, I'm not at all sure, is you know, it might be true, absolutely, but also it's good strategically, because it's probably what everyone else thinks as well.
So I think another interesting thing at Alfred Health, and I'll just go on from that for a moment, Chris, is this notion of actually getting people in charge to accept that they were leaders, which was an interesting journey, really, wasn't it? Would you like to speak about that just for a moment?
You know, in a health service, you have lots of highly educated, probably quite a lot of similar to your place, Clayton Nooks, lots of highly educated, very strong-willed, terrific individuals who are, say with doctors, often they are, you know, in a place like the Alfred, we have a whole lot of specialties where we're very good at a number of areas, and these people are the best at what they do. So to have a process over the last couple of years to move for unit heads who are excellent clinicians to being excellent leaders was quite a challenge, and I naively thought when I came in, well, you know, that's obvious. I need to just get onto that and organise stuff, and realised that really people just had no idea what I was talking about when I talked about leadership, and were insulted actually. A number of people who are, you know, perhaps the head of a neurology or the head of something, they've been extremely successful. These are people who are sought to lead research projects, big NHMRC grants, big sort of conference presentations, etc. Who is this person? Talking to them about leadership. So we had to go on this journey of getting a cohort on board who would just have a go at testing out this idea that you could be an excellent clinician, an excellent, but there was another set of skills, which is taking that excellence as a clinical leader to be excellent in terms of your team and organisationally. And many of these people would be very frustrated about not getting things done in the organisation. Like, you know, they because it's a different set of skills. And so the first, we had a series of leadership programs, Michelle and a colleague of hers who were involved in this program, and it was really a challenge to just test that idea, and that became successful and then became sort of self-generating, and people started to see that say the skills of being more effective inside an organisation, and also a way to talk about sort of difficult colleagues. Actually, how do you deal with difficult colleagues? Does anyone here have that problem? You know, and what are the skills there for just that, for dealing with difficult colleagues in a way that's respectful and skillful and gets a good outcome? So I'm not talking about performance management, it's just, you know, how do you get a whole lot of really high performing people aligned? Who's got that problem? You know, lots of people have got that problem. So. And you know, we've just had another one of these, and so a number of people were very sceptical about this leadership stuff, and now they're right into it. You know, it was a really tough it was a tough journey in the beginning, but and for nurse managers, quite different. For them, it was a lot about actually coming out, like actually standing up, and as the CEO, my boss said to them, what's your ambition for your patients? I want to hear about it. I want you to tell me, what do you need to run an excellent ward? What do you need to run an excellent service? Really giving them permission to be tall poppies, actually. So that's been a sort of separate journey that's really reaping lots of benefits, sort of just the day-to-day stuff of, people who have lots to say but hadn't found their voice, really. So finding your voice inside organisations, really important.
So just one more question for you, Chris, and then I'll talk to you, Andrew, about the journey at Clayton Utz. But I think it's interesting, what did this mean for you as a practitioner? What were the challenges for you as a practitioner in taking that change forward? Because really you've been there and you've started the ball rolling and it's been unfolding, and there have been tough times, haven't there?
Of course. Today I was with a group of people talking about designing a sort of piece of transformational change that will take us over the next couple of years, with a group of staff who are key to the organisation, of about 1,000, and they've been neglected. So they're staff who I'd say there's been lots of different opinions about sort of what this group should be doing, and so committing to a piece of work and actually getting everybody on board, and some tough decisions about who should be leading those groups, and they're always very difficult to make, because the person, every individual has their own life story. And
This has been a Swinburne production.